There we are. There we are. Here we are. What's going on? What's going on, folks? I know the last time that I went live here with you on the HVW page, I was sporting the blazer. I always try to go business casual here on the site, here on the page, on our social media anyway. But this time it's just casual. Just got the black tee. Got the aesthetic of the office behind me this time. This is usually how I do Tom Clark's main event, which, by the way, we do almost every Friday on the Facebook. You should totally check it out. If you don't watch it, you're missing out because we have tons of fun there, folks. The show's also available on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts as well. So, yeah, you're totally missing out, man. Hope you and yours are doing fantastic out there tonight. By the way, HVW Director of Social Media, Tom Clark. There it is. Job titles are fun, folks. Let you know who, lets people know who you are, okay? We don't have to keep that up the whole time. I'm not wearing a name tag, so, I could have a big name tag. It's a big name tag. I got a business card. You want to see it? Well, you got nothing else. What else you got to do except watch me right now? Be honest. You got nothing else to do. If I had been smart, I would have been prepared. It's all good. Are you ready? Bam! There she is. Oh, isn't she pretty? Isn't she lovely? Didn't know you was going to get a song and dance too, did you? On the opposite side, there's your boy, Mr. Gary Benfield, owner and promoter of this here HVW. So, yeah, man, hope you guys are doing great. Hope you're doing safe. Hope you're doing safe. Hope you're being safe. How about that? Hope you guys are all well. It's a crazy world we're living in, folks. Lots of insanity happening out there in the world right now. But like I said, it's been a hot minute since I've spoke to you. It's been a while since we've talked. So I just wanted to touch base. And yes, judging by the background behind me, yes, I'm an incredibly unapologetic fanboy. Yes, as you can see, pop vinyls aplenty. Bass guitar on that side, you can see Wolverine and Captain America about to tear into each other. There's the Beatles and the football and John Lennon and Miles Davis. And yes, uber nerd here, folks, but it's who I am, yo. So it's all good. So I wanted to take a few minutes to update you guys, to let you know what was going on, and to let you know what's been happening with us. What's up, guys? We are Front Row is here. What's going on? What's up, guys? We miss our front row, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. We miss our front row. We miss our fans, man. It's been a long time since we've seen you guys. February 29th was the last time the HVW went live. It was First Strike. Had a blast that night. It was so much fun. I didn't know if we could top Resurrected on January 25th. I'm going to be totally honest with you. And, man, First Strike, in my opinion, topped it in terms of overall the card, the excitement, the matches, the talent, man. Everybody was dialed in. It was just the most fun ever. Yours truly had a blast that night. Exhausted the next morning, but that's how it goes. Hillbilly Blacksmith. Brother, I'm going to throw you up on there, okay? We are stoked and ready to rock. Sounds good, man. Rebecca said, do you ever go to sleep? Never. Sleep when I'm dead. I don't know. Anyway, Larry, I'll get behind that all the way, my friend. HVW for life. We are the front row. Hashtag we are front row. Dude, you got to get that thing trending. That's good stuff. Yeah, man. First Strike was the last time that we hung out, last time that we saw each other face to face. I miss it. I'm going to be honest with you. I miss seeing the live shows. I miss being at the live shows. I miss being a part of it. We've done what we can in the past several months to keep the HVW name, the HVW brand afloat. We hope that you've enjoyed the efforts that we've put in. Dude, we retweet and repost and, push the YouTube channel and push the Facebook stuff and keep our videos rolling out there, the matches, the promos, the interviews, the podcasts. We've interviewed a lot of the great talent here in HVW, man. And we appreciate our roster, dude. We've got the best roster in the industry right now, in my humble opinion. I firmly believe that. I mean, everybody from what you would consider to be the top main event guys, to the tag teams, to the cruiserweights, to everybody in between, to the ladies. God, let's don't forget the ladies, dude. We have the best women's division on the planet. I'm sorry. Come at me. I defy anyone to tell me wrong. Tell me different. You're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. We have a lot of fun, man. And What do we need to make a t-shirt? Oh, front row. Rebecca, they did. They totally made a t-shirt. Ask them. They'll tell you. They were wearing it in the front row that first strike, man. They totally made, dude. They're on the merch train before we got onto it. And by the way, the merch is coming. I promise you that it's still in the works. So, but yeah, man, like I said, it's been a while. HVW, it's a blast, man. And Chris, what's up, my friend? Been a long time since I was at an HVW event or an HVW ring. Chris, you got to come back, man. I don't know what you're doing, man. Come on back. We're ready to come back, my friend. Let me tell you. Like I said, it's been a while. It's been a while. I miss it. But yeah, like I was saying before, man, the women's division, in my opinion, best in the industry. I just, if you disagree with me, I think you're wrong. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. All due respect to all the ladies out there who are performing and wrestling and applying their craft in other companies, but man, we've got the best, in my humble opinion. I wanted to take a few minutes tonight, first of all, to talk about a few things. I wish I had some dates for you. My email gets blown up all the time. The HVW Facebook Messenger gets blown up. I can't say on a daily basis, but several times in the course of a week, wanted to know when we're coming back. I wish I had some dates for you. I can tell you this. The plans are there. Okay. The events have been planned. I kind of know more than I can tell you right now, if I'm being honest. I know that sucks. There's nothing worse than showing up to get some information that you just don't get. So I'm sorry, that sucks. But some of the stuff we just got to keep under wraps, man. It's just kind of how we do this. So trust me when I tell you that it is. It's going to be fun. Holy God, dude. It's going to be so much fun, man. You don't even know what you're missing. All right. And you got to be there to see it because it's going to be so much fun. Our return is going to be, and we've announced this previously, HVW Chief Operating Officer, Loaded Guns, Kim Magnum, made this official a few months back. Actually before, I think just as the COVID pandemic hit or whatever it was, whenever it was, I should say. It's going to be a 2-night event. Okay. The first night is going to feature a tournament to crown the first ever HVW Women's Champion. Dude, if you're not psyched about that, then you don't have a soul. If you don't feel that, man, because I feel it and I can't wait to see it. I'm very pumped up for that, man. It's going to be my favorite part of the 2 nights. And I really feel like it's going to be the one that outshines everything else and gets people to the table, gets people talking. I can't wait to see it. And also that first night is going to be an all women's night. Ladies night in HVW, man. God, I can't wait, dude. Every match that night is going to be ladies match. We're even talking about female referees for that night, maybe even down to the ring announcer. Okay. And honestly, we've even got a couple of surprises when it comes to guest commentary that night too. So you have to stay tuned. That's going to be fun. Trust me. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Now, what happens on night 2? I'm glad you asked. On night 2 of our big comeback event, we're going to feature the crowning of the next HVW Tag Team Champions. Now, I know what you're thinking, man, dude, what is going on? Why has it been so long? Where have the titles been? Patience, my friends. It's a virtue. Trust me, especially now, right? But, and I got to edit this thing, man. I got to edit that because I only put 2. How about this? We can fix on the fly, baby. Not a problem. Boom. HVW's return will be a 2-night event and will crown 3 new champions. All right, we told you about the women's champion. Yes, the tag team championships will be crowned. Okay, new tag team champions. Okay, and I talked about the women's division and put it over. I got to put over our tag team division, man. In my opinion, we've got some of the best tag teams you've seen maybe ever, especially in local pro wrestling here in Western North Carolina, dude. Some of the best, I'm telling you right now. But there's more on the way. Okay, there's much more on the way. We want to just let you know that up front. We're not done building our tag team division. This thing's not finished by a long shot. We've got 2 of the best teams in the Carolinas right now in 1776 and the New Age Villains. And I know that Ivan M. Righteous, whose real name is Chuck Winchester, is showing up and is doing his thing, and he's bashing me. Listen, he can bash me all he wants to, secret agenda, all this other nonsense. This is the same clown. Sorry, I'm name calling. That's what I'm doing. Same clown that took over our Facebook page. You see this? Trust me. Took over our social media, thought it was funny, had a big joke, had a big haha, whatever, man, okay? While he's busy trying to tear me down and tear down the company, I'll do something he doesn't do too awful much, and I will support his talent. How about that? I'll support the guys he's supposed to be talking for and speaking for. Let me ask you a question. All right. And let's just be honest. Elijah Proctor and New Age Villains, man to man, let me ask you this. Does it ever occur to you that if he spent as much time as he does bashing me and supporting you, maybe you guys would be farther up in the food chain in HVW than what you were when we were forced to shut down? It's a simple question, okay? You guys can hate on me all you want to. You can believe whatever he says. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to convince you otherwise. It's not my job to convince you otherwise, all right? But if he was so good at what he does, do the math, that's all. So anyway, while he's busy bashing me and typing and hating and seething and raging and sitting in a dark room and, you know, looking in the mirror and trying to convince himself that he's the prettiest girl to dance, I'm going to sit here and tell you that his team, the New Age Villains, are by far one of the best tag teams in the Carolinas today. Nathan Cross and Ryan Riley. I'm going to tell you right now, those two guys together, the two guys individually are threats, okay, in any division, in any pro wrestling company they step into, straight up. But together, dude, forced to be reckoned with. I'm not playing. Forced to be reckoned with, man. Very good. They gel as a team. Impressed. I'm impressed with those two cats up one side and down the other. And I'm just being straight with you. That's not me trying to score points with them or anybody else. That's just me calling it like I see it, okay? And if you guys don't know or you're not familiar with NAV, go Nathan Cross's Facebook page, man, because, brother, let me tell you, they will he'll educate you. Those two guys are two of the best. I would love to give you that much information on Elijah Proctor. I don't have a lot to give, but I'll tell you this. The guy has more style, okay? More style in one pinky than a lot of guys I've seen from head to toe. This guy, his physical appearance, you can tell when a talent cares about his craft and cares about his presentation. Elijah Proctor cares about his presentation, okay? Not only can he get it done in the ring, when he enters the room, you know he's somebody, okay? And that's one of the biggest compliments I can give this kid. I'm just being straight with you. It's just how I see it. So, again, best tag team division around, and it's only going to get stronger. So, yes, we are going to crown the next HVW Tag Team Champions when we do come back on night 2 of the Big 2-Night event. But that's not it. I feel like the infomercial. But that's not all. The third champion crowned, okay? The new HVW champion, all right? Notice we didn't call him the HVW World Heavyweight Champion. You know, it's not the heavyweight. We don't particularly have weight classes in HVW. It's not something that we've come out and set in stone, but it's sort of the way that we've been rolling from day one. We just don't want to hinder people, and we don't want to make the guys feel like that. Well, it's like having to fight your way up or punch your way up. You know, you don't have in this company. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the HVW champion could be anybody from a guy that weighs 150 to a guy that weighs 350. You don't know who it could be, and that's the beauty of it. So there will be a brand new HVW champion crown, and yes, I'm totally stoked about it. I can't wait for that to happen. I've been podcasting like crazy over the past few months, man, interviewing a lot of potential candidates to become the new HVW champion, to become the new HVW tag. Well, honestly, we haven't interviewed the tag teams yet, so that's something next to hit. We spoke to the ladies. We spoke to a lot of the singles wrestlers who could vie for either the women's championship or the HVW championship itself. We have yet to do the tag teams. That's on the way, I promise you. Okay, we are going to get to that as soon as we possibly can. So it's in the works. But yeah, man, it's you know, the HVW championship in and of itself would be enough, in my opinion, to get hopefully to get you guys to come on board, to be at the event, to create enough excitement, to get us excited as a company. But dude, when you throw in 3 championships, shut up, okay? Because that's some good stuff, man. You can't beat that. And you know, we are talking about doing discounted tickets. If you attend night 1, you get a discount off night 2. We've got a lot of stuff in there, man. We've got a lot of stuff in there that's trust me when I tell you, you're going to be excited to see it. I just can't wait to bring it to you. We can't wait to bring it to you. Gary and I and the HVW Board of Directors, you know, as we've said before, the HVW Board of Directors are businessmen outside of the world of professional wrestling, okay? But they're excited about this too, man. I mean, let's just face facts, man. For any business, especially local business, it's time to get back on your feet, man. And listen, I say that, and I'm trying to temper it with the harsh reality that almost every state that's reopened so far has seen a sharp spike in their COVID cases. All right. Now, listen, I got a lot of people, I got a lot of friends who disagree with my stance on this, who make it a political thing and say the governor's this, the governor's that. Dude, whatever you want to think, listen, go with God. Whatever your opinion is, fine, whatever. But I don't think there's anything wrong with erring on the side of caution. Now, am I saying I don't feel bad for the folks who've been out of work all this time? Of course not. I feel terrible for those folks. And, I hope they get back on their feet, and I hope that they're getting help, and I hope that they're getting back to some sort of semblance of normal as soon as they possibly can. My heart goes out to them. Of course it does. We here at HVW feel for everyone in that situation, honestly and obviously. All right. But at the same time, you got to be honest about, there's another life you got to get back to. People want to feel like that they're living again. It's hard to do that when you feel like you're cooped up at home all the time. We've got some folks checking in right now. Scott Larson, host of the #Truth podcast. What is up, Scott? Scott, yes, I was heavily inspired, by the way, by your presentation, and a great friend and also a great member of the HVW family, Mr. Nathan Workman, Nate Dogg, who is not watching right now, but hopefully he'll show up and check us out here shortly. He's responsible for getting me hooked up with the stuff I need to make this happen. So I always give kudos to him. Great guy, great part of the company, great friend also. Let's see. Here we go. Robbie, who also watches the main event on a regular basis. What's up, Robbie? Haters can hate while the humble get a full plate. I like that. I may live in Texas, far from HVW territory, but very impressed with the way you and the HVW company are building a company that doesn't turn a deaf ear to the fans. Robbie, thank you for that, my friend, because let me tell you something, man. From day one, this whole director of social media stuff, it's a nice little job title, and it's cool and all that. And it's not the only one I have, if I'm being straight with you. But at the same time, it is about connecting. It is about giving back. It's about realizing that on the other side of this screen are men and women who are going to pay good money to come see the talent of HVW perform in the middle of the ring. That's a big deal, man. A lot of companies turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to their audience. We don't want to do that. That's not who we are. It's not something we're interested in. We want to do the right thing and give back to the audience because, let's face it, without the fans, we're not going to get very far, okay? That's the truth. You can have the best product on the planet, the best talent that the industry's ever seen, the best presentation, the best lights, the best music, the best everything in between. But, dude, if you don't have the fans there that bought a ticket, that are cheering, and if you don't think I'm right, try watching a lot of the pro wrestling on TV right now with no audience. Holy God, dude, it's an entirely different situation. Trust me. I mean, it's a different viewing experience from top to bottom. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Let's see. What else we got going on? Chris says, tell Gary that Osteen says hello. Gary should be watching. He was on his way home. I messaged him and reminded him that I'm going live tonight. Actually, it was kind of just a spur of the minute kind of thing, man. So I just want to kind of go live and hang out for a little bit, maybe 30 minutes or so, and get some stuff out in the open and talk a little bit. And honestly, I did put in the description of this little live event here that we want to do a Q&A. So if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, man, if you got any questions for me, if you got any questions about anything going on with HVW, please ask. We talked a lot so far about the podcast. I got a soft spot in my heart for that. It's kind of my jam. I love the podcasting platform, dude. It's so much fun. Tom Carr's main event's been running 7 years this year. We just celebrated our 180th episode. Hello, we did episode 181 yesterday. That was fun. The HVW, the official High Velocity Wrestling podcast, is up as well. We are 13 episodes in, 13 or 14, I think. Man, some of the best talent interviews that you're going to hear, not because I'm doing it, but because of the content coming from the talent themselves, man. Really, really good stuff. Not only entertaining, but informative, insightful. Everything that you expect from pro wrestling is right there and much more. So, Ryan says, HVW and Gary has motivated me to return to the ring. Gary's helped me a lot in honing up my skills. Ryan, good to hear, man. Ryan, I see your name all the time, brother. And I'm sure, well, I can't say I'm sure. I don't think I've met you in person, but hopefully we'll get there sooner than later, hopefully. And maybe I can shake your hand, at least bump elbows with you and introduce myself. So that would be cool. Yeah, so the podcast is fun, man. You got to check it out. Please check it out. And remember, we do post the podcast on our YouTube channel, High Velocity Wrestling on YouTube. Okay, we do post it there, but it's also available on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts if you want to subscribe. The show is free. There is no charge for any of that content. We've got highvelocitywrestling.com. That's pretty cool. You want to go check it out. We're keeping it extremely updated with live events. There's not been much to post in a long time. So it's kind of just sitting there, but it's pretty cool. You got superstar photos. You've got live event results. You've got links to all of our social media, man. It's all right there. We've got our Twitch page, which honestly we haven't done anything with yet. It's something we really want to get into. With any luck, maybe we can start. I haven't looked into this enough to see if we can actually stream live to Twitch at the same time. It's possible, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how that goes. It might be something we can work on at some point. That might be fun. And like I said, our YouTube channel, man, let me tell you something about HVW's YouTube channel. Everything that you want to see from this company starting in 2019 to this point today, you can find on our HVW YouTube channel, dude. Everything, every match, every show, every live event, every podcast, every promo. Shut up. It's all there. How about our brand new show? This is something, if you haven't checked out, man, you owe it to yourself to go look at it. HVW Monday Retro. You like that name? I kind of like it too. So anyway, HVW Monday Retro. It's very cool. It gives you a chance to look back at the history of HVW from our first run, from our first phase of high velocity wrestling, man. It's a very cool concept. Great idea had by one of the guys here in the company. And man, it's fantastic. And it's giving you a glimpse back of what the company used to look like, what a lot of the talents used to look like. Go back and look at James Drake before he became the blue collar bad A. Okay. He was on the verge, but he wasn't quite there yet. So you got to go check that out, man. HVW Monday Retro. A brand new episode premieres every Monday right here on Facebook at 12 noon. High noon, as they say. So you got to go check it out, man. Scott, what's up, bro? Is HVW still going back to Lodge for monthly shows? Go back to Lodge. Brother, I don't know what you meant by that. Or we're going to run monthly shows maybe. That's the plan. Okay. So one event that we were going to start running, and it was going to be like every other month, I believe is what the schedule called for, was HVW Overdrive. Overdrive is going to be an exclusive event that was going to be a little bit different than what we presented so far with Resurrected and First Strike. Okay. Basically, what Overdrive is a way for us to showcase the rising stars of HVW, a way to give those men and women a platform to get out there to shine, to show off, to do what they do best, and that's own the ring, to own who they are and to own their craft and get in there and just show what they can do. And with enough exposure on Overdrive, and honestly, we plan on taking a lot of the matches on Overdrive, especially the main events, and tie those into the regular monthly events that we were having at the HVW Arena, which is actually the Trinity Fairview Family Center in Fletcher, North Carolina, which we consider our quote-unquote big show, okay? So we were going to take basically the main events, some of the bigger matches from Overdrive, some of the stars from Overdrive who sort of excel, say, look, if you win this match, you get a shot to go to next month HVW Arena, sort of get them propelled to the next level, get them ready for the next level. So you can kind of consider Overdrive sort of our developmental event, I guess you could say. All right. Now it may not be like that all the time, but basically that's how it began. That's sort of the concept behind it. So it's still a living, breathing thing. It's not set in stone yet. It's not, poured in concrete or anything like that. So we still have opportunities to sort of play with the format of that and change it as we need to, whatever. So stay tuned for that, man. Like I said, it's still kind of a work in progress. Can you see the blanket behind me? That's usually where my dog sleeps. He's not up here with me this time. Usually he'll come up here and hang out during the main event. And he'll just take a nap while I'm talking. So I don't have my sidekick with me this time. The boy's downstairs playing the Xbox. So anybody that watches the main event knows my son shows up whenever he wants to, just all willy-nilly, and says hi. So, yeah, maybe he'll show up. Scott with another good one. Is there a possibility of internet or TV champion? Scott, you're old school like I am. I know you are. Don't lie. And I know that you love the NWA World Television Championship, the red leather belt. Okay, I know the NWA's brought it back. God bless those guys because I love that title. It's my favorite title of all time. I'm sorry. I love the classic old school NWA, the Gold Globe belt. I love that title. It's a personal favorite. But, dude, the red leather World Television Championship and that silver, shut up. Beautiful. That thing should be hanging in a museum somewhere, okay, with a picture of Arn Anderson next to it wearing it. Doing this. That's how good it is, how awesome it is. I would love to see an HVW television champion. I'd like to have TV before we got there, but I love the idea of the internet champion. That's very cool. Stay tuned, man, because listen, no such thing as a bad idea, right? Just some ideas get used and some are kind of put on the back burner. Dude, we got a lot of ideas on the back burner. Let me tell you something. When the sort of the I don't want to say power structure, because someone's watching and they think that I'm talking about something mysterious and shady or whatever. But when we sit down like in a brainstorming session, man, the ideas they just flow like water, baby, like Bruce Lee said, right? And so, man, when they come, man, they come hardcore. So like, there's been a lot of stuff that we've sort of thrown at the wall to see if it'll stick. If it doesn't stick, we don't do it again. And sometimes it's like, you know what, maybe that wasn't the right time. Let's save it for this. So anyway, yeah, man, it's can I be honest with you? Some of the most fun I've ever had since getting back into this has just been getting together with the guys and talking about this stuff and planning things out. Man, it's just such a blast, dude. I can't even tell you. Pro wrestling for me, like a lot of you out there, I'm sure, watching now or maybe watching the replay after the fact, a lot of you guys and gals grew up with pro wrestling. And for me, I'll tell you this, it's been the one constant in my life through breakups, through death, through job changes, through life changes. Pro wrestling's always been there. I'm going to get emotional. I can't do it. Pro wrestling's always been there, okay, through everything. And it's always been the rock for me. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what, if there was something bad going on for me, do something negative, I could turn on wrestling, man, and I'm lost. You know what I mean? I could just get lost and just get sucked up into something and feel like I'm back home again, baby. I feel good. My heart's pounding. My heart's racing and the blood's pounding, man. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's I still have a passion for it. I spent the past 7 years as a pro wrestling writer. I love it. I still love it. I've not done it full time in a long time, but baby, let me tell you something. It's just, life gets in the way. Other stuff gets in the way. I got a couple of blocks right now for me personally, but, it's nothing I can't get through. But I love writing about it. I love being in it so much. So, yeah, we got the guys going back and forth with Ivan Righteous right now. It's pretty cool. Listen, you irritate the front row. What's the line from Tombstone? You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it. Okay? It's good stuff. Leo and Vero Concepcion. So you watch the main event all the time. I know you do, right? Because I've seen you before, right? HVW champ versus Cody for TNT Championship. He said anyone can come at him from any company to challenge. Well, hey, Cody said it. We got to hurry up and get back and get our champion crown so we can go knocking on AEW's door and say, yeah, we got this guy. He's the champ, huh? Yeah. See what happens. Yeah, I'm not putting your remarks up. I'm not doing it. Okay. Forget it. Everyone can see what you're saying as you sit in that dark room and convince yourself that we're all out to get you. Okay. So anyway, Scott said, if you plan on doing an HVW magazine, I would love to offer my services. God, Scott, man, we're going to put you on the payroll. You need to be careful who you hang out with. You may not get a job. I'll be honest with you. Although we employ him too. Okay. For as many crazy nonsense that he rants about all the time. Again, I tell you, he still has a position with the company. It's not like he's gone. It's not like we said, well, guess what? You run your mouth too much. You took over social media. Be gone. Has that happened? No, it hasn't. So yeah. It hasn't happened. 16 people watching right now. What time is it? Dude, it's 9:30. Gary hasn't shown up yet. I expect everyone here to boo Gary hardcore and say, Gary, where the frick are you, man? Show up. So don't do that. Don't be rude. There's no sense of being like that. So yeah, man. So the big comeback event, we just talked about the 2-night event. Going to be awesome. Can't wait. Wish I had a date to give you. The state of North Carolina is still in the process of reopening. And I know there's a lot of political stuff attached to that. A lot of people got a lot of very strong opinions that could lead to a fist fight. None of us want to get hurt. I got to keep this pretty face. So there you go. It's a joke. No sense in getting upset with anybody here. All right. But honestly, everybody's just trying to be safe, man. That's what we're trying to do. So, as soon as we have the ability to do this, We're going to get it done. See, here's the thing, man. We're ready to roll. Okay, we just need the green light. Okay, we're sitting there at the stop, at a full stop. We're ready for the light to go from red to green. When it turns green, we're ready to roll. Okay, we just got to get that flag. Wait, I don't have any other race car references. I don't know NASCAR. Sorry, not a fan. Anyway, yeah, all we need is the green light, baby. We're off to the races. Gone. Now, here's another part of this that we haven't touched on yet. So we're going to have to touch on it now. Okay. We've covered this in podcasts a couple of different times very recently in the past few months since all this started. We have to be honest with you about pricing, about ticket pricing, about what we expect, about what we need in order to exist and to thrive as a company. Okay. And we have to temper this with the fact that a lot of you guys are unfortunately unemployed, have lost work, or trying to find work, or maybe drawing unemployment right now. The last thing that we want to do is hit you with a huge ticket price. Having said that, and trust me, man, I'm blue collar as well. I feel you. All right. So trust me when I tell you that no one wants to do that, least of all me. However, I have to tell you this in all honesty. The men and women of HVW are also trying to earn a living as well. Okay. And if we ask those men and women to take a cut, that's a slippery slope. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a really slippery slope, man. I can't say never on anything because you're crazy if you do that anytime, at any point, in anything at all, whether it's life or work or home or whatever it is, man. Never say never, right? You're crazy if you do. You paint yourself into a corner, right? But let's be honest. For the kind of shows that HVW runs, for the kind of events that we present to the fans, it's not cheap, okay? And not only that, but we have production costs. We have staff we have to pay. I mean, it's, we have rent we got to pay. Got to pay the rent. What's going on? Ain't nothing going on but the rent, okay? So those things have to be paid. So when we do get the green light, if we get the green light on a Friday, we're not going to be running that Saturday. It's just not how it's going to work. We have to be realistic about when is the right time, okay? Yes, I said we'll be ready to be off to the races. Absolutely, 100% right. That's true. Very true indeed. However, we, again, have to be realistic, man, about this whole thing. We can't just run out there and just try to take the world by storm, okay? Because that's the bad idea too. Because, brother, if we're wanting 300 people and 20 show up, that's not going to do much good for us. And it's not going to do much good for the talent. And now, trust me when I tell you this, the talent's ready to roll. You think you're ready to see HVW? The talent's ready to wrestle on HVW, okay? Everyone misses it, dude, and that's the lie. Everyone misses it, okay? Don't lie, I should say. It's the truth, man. Everyone misses it. But again, at the same time, being in front of a crowd of 20 people as opposed to 400 or 500, I've seen both. And it's like there's not a whole lot of comparison there. Those 20 people be screaming their heads off. It's not the same vibe. No disrespect to a smaller crowd. I've been in front of plenty of smaller crowds, and they're just as passionate as the crowd that's maxed out. That's the truth. But at the same time, man, you want to get as many people there as you can. From a business standpoint, you got to be smart. You got to do business the right way. So we don't want to hit you with high prices. We don't want to come back at the wrong time. We got to plan this thing and make it happen accordingly. Having said that, yes, we absolutely want to get back as soon as possible. So it's very important to us. We want to get HVW back on the road, back on our feet. Speaking of being on the road, we have had talks about taking the show outside of the Fletcher-Hendersonville area. That stuff is still in the works. That stuff is still being talked about and discussed right now. We're talking about taking it to other towns, perhaps. I reside in the Hickory Conover area. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. So you never know. Again, it's all about timing. It's all about what's the best situation for us. We've talked about other towns as well that I'm not going to mention to you tonight. But, what's the best situation for us? Maybe where I am is not a good fit. We have to thoroughly look into this. It can't just be a phone call. It can't just be one meeting where we decide, well, this is what we're going to do. I mean, this has to be a discussion. We haven't done anything in this company so far where one guy's been cracking the whip. We don't have a Vince McMahon. Okay. Gary doesn't operate that way. Okay. We decide things by committee, and that's the truth. And I don't care what haters are listening or watch or think that's crap. I don't really care. Okay. Don't really care. Didn't care before. Don't care today. Won't care tomorrow. Okay. Boom. So, yeah, man, it's done by committee. All right. And honestly, the best idea wins. I don't know of a great idea that's been shot down yet, where it's like, terrible. No, when everyone in the room is going, that's awesome, you don't shoot it down. That's insane. The best idea should win. That's how it should go. Scott says, give me the same great wrestling and take my money, please. Brother, I'm ready to take your money, Scott. I'm not even lying. Robbie says, I know what you mean about wrestling being a lifeline. My father passed in 97, and he got me into wrestling. We went to local matches together. I feel like I keep my father with me watching wrestling, and even if some of it less in quality from that unnamed company. Same here, man. I'm in the same boat with you again on that for sure. Same here. Yeah, family is a big deal, man, and past several months have reminded me of that. Painfully reminded me of that. So yeah, we have to give a shout out, folks. If you don't know this lady, this is Miss Lopez. Okay, Miss Lopez is a loyal viewer of the Wrestling Rumors Facebook page, where I do the Tom Carson main event. Everyone, please say hello to Miss Lopez. Okay, she deserves it. She's good. She's a great wrestling fan, a loyal follower. So thank you, Miss Lopez, for showing up and for hanging out for a few minutes. Shane, another loyal watcher. Shane is my boy. Shane is an old school guy, and also got a great fountain of knowledge. Okay, and also a New Japan guy, which I highly respect. My dream HVW matches. My dream HVW invades ROH would be some great. Oh man, I'd love that. Are you kidding me? Gary and I, with my son, went to Ring of Honor the last time they came to Concord, and it was Honor Reigns Supreme. Fun show, very fun show. And you know what's bad? We sat there like the whole time. I can't say the whole time. We sat there and we kind of critiqued the show, which is, come on, who does that? We did it, but yeah, not intentionally. We didn't go there for the purpose of doing that. But you just can't help it. You just can't help it sometimes. It's just, it's hard to be in the business and not look at it from that perspective. I'm just being straight with you. I'm still a fan. I really am. But again, it's hard to not give some kind of critique of what you're watching, if I'm being straight with you. So, but it was still a fun night, fun show. And watching Marty Scurll live is always fun. Watching Brody King live, shut up. I don't care. I'll put over Villain Enterprises all day long, baby. PCO, Flip Gordon, shut up. I don't care. I'll put them over all day. Those guys are epic, man. Are you kidding me? Really, really good stuff. So we got some guys. There we go. Got some guys paying Miss Lopez some respect. Thank you for that. I really wanted this to be a Q&A, but honestly, I think I've covered everything here. I don't know if there's anything I haven't covered. Scott has given us some great questions, man. Dude, are you kidding me? I appreciate you, brother. Scott does a lot for the business here, especially in North Carolina, man. He supports the wrestlers. He supports the managers, the female wrestlers, referees. Dude, he's an asset to the business here in the Carolinas. That's the truth. I'll give you a shout out, man, for sure. Thank you, Miss Lopez. I appreciate that. Very cool of you to say that. Yeah, man, like I said before, dude, this is in a very informal setting. I got no blazer on. I'm not standing up doing the hand gestures. I was told I use my hands a lot when I talk. It's the truth, man. I took public speaking before and aced that sucker. No, I've never been afraid to talk in front of people. Can you tell? But you know what I was criticized for? Too many hand gestures. I'm like, what? You said you wanted them. And then I was told, God, man, you talk a lot with your hands. I'm like, I do? And then you're like, holy crap, I do. I so do it. So anyway, that's kind of me. I can be animated sometimes. It's all good, baby. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a very informal setting. I want to do this more often. You know what I mean? I got the cool little rig here now, so it's all good. And yeah, man, I plan on doing this a lot more in the next coming weeks. I want to keep you guys updated anytime we got something to talk about. And honestly, you know what we might do one night? God, I just had this idea, and it's freaking awesome. You're going to love this. How about one night we do a watch along, okay? And we'll do a watch along of HVW match or HVW. I don't know if we'll do a whole show because that's a big commitment. That's like a 2-hour deal because our shows have been 2 hours so far. So I don't know. That's a big commitment, man. But maybe we'll do a watch along one night of a main event. Maybe we'll do Sadie Lee Moss and Hayden Ramsey. First time women ever competed in HVW, man. That's a big deal. And by the way, both of their podcast interviews are available on the podcast. All you got to do is subscribe on Apple Podcasts, which used to be called App or iTunes. and also Google Podcasts. You could also go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and get all the content you want all the time, baby. Click right there. Boom, you're done. Okay. That was almost the Saliva song, wasn't it? Think I didn't catch that? I caught it. So yeah, man. Maybe we'll do a watch along one night here, man. What do you guys think about that? We'll do a watch along of an HW match. We own the material. It's not like we can't broadcast and do a watch along. Because sometimes you do a watch along, man, and especially where you decide what platform you decide to use, what site you decide to use, they'll shut you down because you don't own it. Well, that's not us. See, we own this sucker, so it's our stuff. It's all good. God, that would be fun. Hillbilly Blacksmith, if that is your real name. The Chris Fix versus TJ. Dude, I'm all about that. Are you kidding me? Those two guys put on a clinic. For real. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Scott. We talked about this. Tournaments for the belts. The tournament to decide the women's champion will be held that Friday night. The tag team championship crowning event will not be a tournament. It's going to be a fatal 4-way tag team match. We have not yet announced the 4 tag teams that are going to be involved. It may even be a fatal 5-way. Anything could happen, baby. We'll have to wait and see. And then the HVW championship itself will be a single elimination tournament, okay, with 3 matches on that Saturday night. All right. And whoever wins all 3 of them, the winners of all 3 matches will compete in the main event, a triple threat, and the winner of that match will be the new HVW champion. It's fun, right? I'm pumped up, baby. I'm stoked. I'm not kidding you, man. Why not interview HVW talent in Tom Clark's main event? Let other fans see what HVW is offering. Shane, that is, dude, I love that idea. I'm with it. I'm down. I'm totally down. I will tell you this. The HVW talent in question. Okay, so the audience on the Wrestling Rumors page and the folks that run Wrestling Rumors, big shout out, by the way, to Heidi Ryan, the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors. I try to give them a shout out as much as possible. They've given me a great platform, man, so I appreciate them. Much love. They're looking for the stars that will appeal to the masses. Not that we don't have that kind of talent, because I definitely feel that we do. But, I didn't want the main event on the Wrestling Rumors Facebook page to become a platform for HVW stars. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to create friction with the Wrestling Rumors guys. They've been so good to me, and I want to be good to them in return. It's nothing I can't pitch. I can pitch the idea for sure and see where it goes. If nothing else, maybe I can do the main event live on my page and broadcast it to the HVW page at some point, or either or with a live interview. Maybe that's how we'll do it. And we'll just call it Tom Clark's main event, number the episode accordingly, and interview an HVW talent. That might be cool to do. It might be fun. I know. In fact, it would be fun. So, but yeah, man, I love the idea of the watch along. I'm all about it. I think that's going to be cool. Boo to Gary for not showing up. He left me hanging. He may not be home right now. Hopefully, if you're watching, you better say something. Don't leave me hanging. Your boy's hanging out here, man. Come on. So, dude, I know it's late. It's a Saturday night. If you guys are hanging out at home on a Saturday night watching me, you're either really committed or you have nothing to do. This is a good one. Is I Am Righteous ever going to get you mad enough to have you challenge him to a match, or are you scared? Scott, you and I thought we were friends, man. You're going to question my manhood here on my own show, on my own? Come on, man. I'm not a wrestler. And let me tell you this. I've spent my life watching crappy pro wrestling matches between guys who were not trained pro wrestlers. And baby, let me tell you, it's been a car wreck. And the 3-letter giant run by Mr. McMahon himself has given us plenty of reason to not ever want to see 2 untrained guys in the ring falling all over each other ever again. Okay. I have no desire to wrestle a match. All right. None. I did it a long time ago. I hurt for days afterward. I got my head split wide open. Legit chair shot, legit split open. Baby, let me tell you something. I got my bell rung. Had a knot that big around on my head that I felt for weeks. Yeah, it's I have no desire to do it. That's why I have all due respect to the men and women that get in the ring and ply their craft all the time. Those guys are my heroes, man. You kidding me? Putting their lives on the line? Shut up. Yeah, I have no desire to wrestle him or anyone else. I'm not a wrestler. I am the HVW director of social media. It says so on the screen. So I'm perfectly happy doing what I'm doing. I'm not a wrestler, and I don't want to insult the men and women on our roster by getting in the ring and calling myself a wrestler. Not going to do it. It's not worth it. And no, it's not about getting upset or mad. I don't get mad about this stuff. Okay, there's no sense in it. All right, that stuff doesn't happen for me, dude. I've been called a lot of stuff over the years, and whatever, dude. From the first day I started podcasting, man, and started when I became a pro wrestling writer, dude. I've been called every name in the book. I've been accused of all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's part of the game. Because people hide behind their keyboards all the time, and they just want to name call, and they want to rant and rave, and they want to throw stones at a glass house or whatever, and they're not willing to point the finger back at themselves, and it's childish and it's cowardice is what it is. No sense in any of that crap. So we are front row will handle that. Scott Lars, he won't be able to. That may be a threat. That may be a threat. That's good stuff. Not that I'm endorsing sneak attack. Before someone grabs that, what I just said is a soundbite and runs with it and puts it all over Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. My God in heaven. Speaking of social media, we do have an Instagram page. Please go check it out. Yes, we're on the Twitter. We have nothing happening on Twitter, okay? Because as much as I love Twitter, I do. But like most of our attention, most of our following comes here on Facebook. And man, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Scott, for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, we appreciate all you guys, dude. And much respect to you guys too. Man, we've been talking almost, has it been an hour? Shut up. Hey, man, we've been going for almost 52 minutes. Might as well go 8 more. Why not? Robert says, the way I see it is this. Those that can wrestle. Those that can wrestle. Those that can't, respect those that do. Well said. Shane does want me to fireball him. Shane's want me to pull a Jim Cornette or a Jerry Lawler. It's good stuff. I remember the night that he fireballed Ronnie Garvin. Man, scared the crap out of me. It was the craziest thing. They did the freeze frame with Ronnie. He was holding his tights, like adjusting his tights. I'm like, whew. And it's like caught him. Dude, scariest thing I'd ever seen at that point. Crazy. Oh, I'm not even going to read that. I'll let that speak for itself. And no, I'm not endorsing it. I'm not endorsing it. Yeah, might as well go another 8 minutes, man. What? You guys got nothing to do. What else you got to do except talk to me and listen to me? Come on. Nothing. Maybe we'll do this one night, and Gary and I will go split screen and go live and not do a podcast, but just do a little something here to talk. That'd be fun. We tried doing that a while back, and we couldn't get the tech to cooperate. However, now I think that won't be a problem. You know, if all else fails, I could pull the bass over here and entertain you cats for the next 7 minutes. But, you know, I'm not going to do that. I need money first. That's an old Beatles reference. If you get that reference, good on you. So, yeah, man, as I said before, when we started this almost an hour ago now, I miss being live. I miss the shows. I miss being there with you guys. I miss wearing the suit. I miss being part of the show. You know, I just miss being there. It's just been it's been so much fun for me. This thing came along at just the right time in so many ways. And I'll give you a little bit of history lesson before we take off for the night, man. Gary and I have known each other for over 20 years. He and I met in a small town in Lenoir, North Carolina. There was a company running there every weekend. And I was actually Gary's first manager in the EOD, the Elements of Darkness. So if it sounds cool, brother, it was. Okay. And at any given time, I think at our max, we had, don't make me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 of us. I think 10 was our max, maybe 12. Dude, there was a lot of us at one time. We were like a mix between the NWO and the Legion of Doom, and like I don't know, like Quiet Riot or something, like a band, like a metal band. I mean, that's what we were. We were like a mix of all those things. Black Label Society may be a better reference. Much cooler. So yeah, man, we were like a mix between all those guys. And man, let me talk about, use a fan term, talk about getting over. Shut up, baby. We were over from the jump. Like, we didn't have to do anything. The image was what did it. A lot of black, sunglasses, leather, you know, that kind of thing, man. It was, and lived it. We lived it too, man. I've said it before. I've said it before here on the podcast. Actually, did a lot of things in the EOD days that I miss, that I love. They're great memories, and other things I'm not very proud of. We did what we wanted to do to who we wanted to do it to, time changed. People grow up, men grow up. They leave that kind of stuff behind, which is what I've done a long time ago. Let's just end it with that, long time ago. But it was fun, and getting to know Gary over the years. He and I gelled from the very first start, the very first time we talked. Man, we gelled, and I can't tell you that we've been lifelong, thick as thieves, brothers in blood for the past 20 years. That'd be a lie. He had his life to live. I had mine. I came up and did commentary for him a couple of times during the original run of HVW. 2 or 3 times, maybe it was. Interviewed Matt Hardy there. That was pretty cool. And kept in touch with him here and there. And then last year, as I've told this story a million times before, last year we got the ball rolling, got HVW started back up again. So Shane said, I'd like to see you interview Gary. I'd like to know how he got hooked on wrestling. Shane, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm taking some time off from the civilian job this week, so let's set this up. I think it'd be fun, man. I'm sure Gary will be down. Scott says, what would be your dream match with indie stars at HVW? Ooh. Jake Jacobs versus Crucifix. I like that one. I think that's good. I think that's fun. Okay, I'll give you another one. Hayden Ramsey versus Caitlin Marie. We're several months away from that ever being a possibility. As we know, Caitlin Marie put Hayden Ramsey on the shelf. Tore knee. I mean, didn't tear her knee up, destroyed it. Okay. Hayden had surgery on April 30th. She's on the mend. We wish Hayden a speedy recovery. Hope she's doing well. Haven't spoken to her in a couple of weeks, but she's on the mend, as we said, and she's doing the best she can with the situation, considering the situation. But yeah, I can't wait to see those two throw down. I don't know if Caitlin's going to want any of that. That might be tough. And can I be honest with you about something? There's every chance in the world Hayden may not be able to come back. We have to be honest about this thing. We have to be realistic. I mean, they repaired her knee. They say it looked good, but dude, I mean, talk to me the day after she is cleared to put pressure on it and to start working out again and to start getting the ring and running again, run the ropes, as they say. Talk to me then about how we're doing, because anything can happen. I don't want to see it come to an end. I know she doesn't, but we have to be realistic. We may never get to see Caitlin versus Hayden. I know the fans would love to see it. I'd love to see it. Whether or not it's going to happen, I really can't tell you. It's something I'd love to see for sure. I have to take the time before we sign off here tonight, because I really want to do this. And I won't be able to remember anyone's name because I'm terrible with names sometimes. I got to be honest with you. We've had a lot of support over the past year from other pro wrestling companies in the area. And, man, I want to say thank you to those cats for giving us their time, for giving us their respect. We've had a lot of conversations behind the scenes with owners of other companies. And listen, man, as we've said from the jump, from 2019 to this point today, we're not here to hurt anyone. We're not here to talk smack about anyone. I've said this multiple times in the past. I defy anyone to go on any of our social media channels at any time the past 12 months and tell me you found any instance of us talking smack about anybody else, because we haven't done it. That's not who we are, and that's not who we'll ever be. We're in this for one reason and one reason only, and that's to make HVW the best pro wrestling company we possibly can. Okay, and we want to do as much as we can to make that a reality. Okay, we feel that the 2 events we presented so far were top notch. We know the third one will be much better than the first 2. We want to continue to get better. We're all in this because we have a passion for the business. We have a passion for pro wrestling. We want to see good pro wrestling done right, and that's why we're doing this. I don't have a hidden agenda, despite the righteous stuff. I'm an open book, man. You can look at you can look at my own Facebook page. I got nothing hidden. I don't have aspirations to take this and run with it and own it. And dude, I want to have fun. And I've told this story 100 times too, but I'll tell it again before we get out of here. When when Gary called me in September of last year and said, I'm thinking about doing this and I want you on board, the first thing out of my mouth is that I said, I don't want drama and I want it to be fun. If you promise me that we'll have fun, I am on board. He said, brother, I guarantee you're going to have a blast. So far I have. And as long as the fun continues, I'm always going to be attached. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there to you. We continue to have critics. Every pro wrestling company does, the good and the bad, and it's all good. Here's what I'll say about anybody that criticizes us. I have no ill will towards you at all. None. I don't know the majority of you personally. I'm not going to talk smack about you because I don't do that. And, if people want to hate on HVW for whatever reason, let them hate while they're busy hating. We're going to be busy getting better because that's what we want to do. That's all we want to do is improve and deliver the best possible product to the fans that we absolutely possibly can. So that's all we want to do, man. All right. We've been talking for an hour. I think everybody in my house might be asleep by now, even the dog, maybe the cat too. So, all right, man, I'm going to get out of here. Listen, guys, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I want to thank you guys for giving me your time tonight. I promise you this won't be the last time that you see me. That could be a good or a bad thing, depending on what you think. But, yeah, man, we're going to be back. And thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for always hanging out, man, and for giving us the likes and all that stuff and reposting. Brother, I appreciate that. Scott, thank you, my friend. Shane, Miss Lopez, everybody that watched. Hillbilly Blacksmith, we are the front row. I love you guys, man. You guys keep doing what you're doing. You guys mean a lot to us. I'm not going to lie to you. It means a lot to us, man. It really does. Thank you, Miss Lopez. You too, my dear. I appreciate it. All right, man. We're going to get out of here again. Please stay tuned to HVW social media, Facebook, YouTube, especially Facebook, highvelocitywrestling.com. That's where you can see us. Again, man, we got a lot of stuff coming up in the future, a lot of stuff we want to talk about. And a lot of plans, especially when we get rolling back again. We can't do this stuff without you, man. We don't want to do it without you. It's important that you guys are on board. So I'm getting out of here. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back real soon, okay? Stay tuned.